Hello everyone. We'll discuss about basic concepts of transdermal drug delivery systems. Definition. Transdermal drug delivery systems are abbreviated as TDDS are self-contained discrete dosage forms which when applied to the intact skin deliver the drugs through skin at a controlled rate to the systemic circulation. It is unlike the normal semi-solid dosage forms where these semi-solid dosage forms also applied on the skin, but they are applied as cream, gel, as well as ointment. But here, this is applied as a patch or a strip on the skin, which will deliver the drug for both systemic as well as local infection. Advantages. It delivers the steady concentration of drug over the extended period of time. It increases the therapeutic value of the drug by avoiding gastrointestinal irritation, low absorption, decomposition due to the first pass effect. First pass effect is nothing but metabolizing the drug in the liver. That is avoided since we are not giving by the oral route. Drugs with a short biological half-life can be given as transdermal drug delivery system. Drugs with a narrow therapeutic index can be formulated in the form of transdermal drug delivery system. Improved patient compliance and reduced inter and intra-patient variability. Self-administration is also possible. That is the main advantage. The drug input can be determined at any point of time, removing the patch. Less side effects. Decreases the dose to be administered. Easy to discontinue because we are applying outside. Whenever we don't want, we can easily remove it. So easy to discontinue in case of toxic effect. Great advantages in case of nauseated drugs or unconscious patients. Easy to administer. The ability to modify the properties of biological barriers to absorption. That is stratum corneum by using flux enhancers and ionotrophic devices. Relative larger area of application in comparison with the buccal and nasal cavity. We can design any small or big size patches or strips. Limitations of transdermal drug delivery system. The drug required is more than 10 to 25 milligram per day is difficult. So daily doses less than 5 milligram per day are preferred to design transdermal drug delivery system. Local irritation at the site of administration is another problem, and clinical need must be clearly established. The barrier function of the skin changes from one side to another, from person to person and with age. Poor skin permeability limits the number of drugs that can be delivered in this manner. So drugs should have some good permeability. And transdermal drug delivery system cannot deliver ionic drugs, and it cannot achieve high drug levels in blood plasma. And these drug delivery systems are not suitable for large molecular drugs, large dose drugs, and skin sensitizing and irritating drugs. And drugs metabolized in the skin cannot be formulated as transdermal drug delivery system. Drugs which undergoes protein binding in the skin also are not suitable to formulate in this transdermal drug delivery system. This is structure of skin where hair shaft is there, and stratum corneum as a pigment layer, and stratum germinatum, stratum spinosum, stratum basal, and we have sebaceous gland, hair follicle, papilla of hair, and nerve fibers, blood and lymph vessels. And we have the actual thing is separated into three important things: epidermis, dermis, subcutis, and vein, artery, and all is lying down in the lower part. So we'll discuss this thing in the next slides. Skin structure. So 4 distinct layers are to be discussed. One is non-viable epidermis, that is stratum corneum, and viable epidermis, and viable dermis, and subcutaneous connective tissue. So non-viable epidermis, the stratum corneum. This is the actual physical barrier for most substances to go through. It consists of lipids, that is 5 to 15%, including phospholipids, glycophospholipids, cholesterol, sulfate, and neutral protein. Proteins mainly contain keratin. It is a very dense tissue. Viable epidermis. It lies between stratum corneum and dermis. Thickness ranges from 50 to 100 micrometer. The density of this region is not different than water, and water content is 90%. Subcutaneous connective tissue. It contains blood and lymph vessel, the base of hair follicles, and often secretory portion of sweat glands and cutaneous nerves lies in this subcutaneous connective tissue. Routes of traditional transdermal drug permeation. So that is through transcellular permeation through stratum corneum, intracellular permeation through stratum corneum. So it is stratum inside the cell, the drug will pass through. Otherwise, in between the cells there will be a small gap. Into that it will pass through. And transappendageal permeation via hair follicle, sebaceous glands, and sweat glands also possible. That is very small quantity of absorption. Mechanism of percutaneous absorption. It involves passive diffusion. Passive diffusion is nothing but just passing through. So mechanism of permeation involves passage through the epidermis itself, diffusion through shunts, that is hair follicle, etc. Then transepidermal pathway. Stratum corneum is the main barrier for resistance. So I think we have come to know some amount of basic concepts.